Hey, out there in the community, it's me, it's Chris, it's the Mad Respect. I got a box opener. I got 100 bags and boards, so let's stuff them up. Let's stuff these with October's comics from week 2 and 3. I got them over here. Got week 3 in this size box, and week 2 in this great googly moogly box. So, yeah, I've discontinued paying 30 cents per bag and board for my pre-order books. In August and September, I had ordered them in the My Lights because I'm gonna rehouse my long run of Claremont Uncanny X-Men in all Mylar, the Mylar magic. So, as much as I really want to break into the big one first, I think we're gonna go out of chronological order here and jump into the box. These comics hit shops back on October 18th. Possibly some books from the 11th. Yeah. So, looks like a few of these books are old enough that they got some Mylar magic in the secondary box, but this is a whole section of non-boarded books. So I'm going to put the box. Bam! Look at that. Remove that. And I'll take this and carefully open the box. I've taped one of the bags and boards to the actual. I think this is just in a giant bag and board. Interesting. Or a giant, maybe a magazine bag or something. But anyway, this can come out fairly easy. The bummer is I hadn't paid through November until payday, which was Thursday, and so they weren't able to actually ship the last week of books, the last October week of books, because my card was declined for the extra printings and stuff for the books that came out last week of October. So although I paid like hours later that $20 for the extra printings, they instead held on to my shipment. And then I paid for November's books on payday. So I'm paid up through November for my comic books. Here is the invoice for this week. We have 41 items for week 3. We'll bag and board them as we go. Here is Undiscovered Country, issue number 26. This is cover B. And I believe this is Momoko. Didn't say cover artist in the box like boom. This is actually cover B from Tradmore. I'll go ahead and pop it in its new bag and board. Undiscovered Country, book 1, week 3. Here is Creep Show, issue number 2, and this is cover B. I'm going to guess that is, I sure. Where anymore? Michael Walsh of the Silver Coin thing. The writer, artist, creator of the Silver Coin. I guess when the Silver Coin finished its third arc back in late 2020, was it? He had a postscript in there saying that him and his wife were going to be walking a child, and he's going to have to Kyle was taking a back seat, so he did put a short story into Creepshow Volume 2, Number 2 there, but Silver Coin is still on hiatus, at least through January of 2024. I haven't seen a solicit for it coming back yet. Here is House of Slaughter number 18. This is the Spot UV variant by Raul Allen. This is part 3 of 5 of the I can't remember what this Alabaster story arc, which involves a hunter named Bate who has I'm gonna say he's like a 13-year-old child who was born without arms or legs. Maybe just no, he was born without arms, and they send him ahead of the other fully abled white mask hunters as bait to lure out the stuff all in this very good. It's gonna be a lot easier because I got the guys and birds ready before I went on camera, but it's not easy at all. And we're 7 minutes into the video and I've shown only 3 books now. So they send him out as bait to lure out the Obscura type monsters, and then the white mask, the able-bodied white mask do most of the work there. But this is bait on a solo mission where they insert him into a what would you call it, a foster home to talk to the children and get an idea of where the obscure types are in this neck of the woods, and he is kind of going rogue and doing his own little solo mission. And you see him in part 2 killing an obscure type outside of the foster home on his own, even though he has no arms. He was still able to defeat it with his feet and a knife, and fully grown monster obscure type, and took it out, and he's that much of a badass. Here is a second copy of the Spot UV cover. You guessed it, the third. I have been stacking 3 copies of all open order covers for House of Slaughter since issue 1, and issue 20 should release, if it's not pushed, at the sometime in December. And I believe then at that point, whichever arc comes after 20, I will cut back to maybe 2 per open order cover. This is cover B by Werther Deladera. This is one of all the Werther Deladera covers show a different child from the foster home, I believe. Not one of the white mask hunters, someone who lives with bait at the foster home. And a couple more Werther Deladera variants for time's sake. Let me know in the comments down below if you watched the video this far. Anybody who's still following House of Slaughter, I really enjoyed arc 2 with the like I said, the Azure masks who do, what do you call it, like they write the history of the houses of slaughter, and then arc 3 was a return to Jace Butcher, the Butcher's Return. Really enjoyed that arc where he goes back and tries to save one of his saved children that he's made a family with from his original house of Boucher. Unsuccessfully, he loses his part of his family there. Here's The Sickness, issue number 2. This is variant A, and I believe it's just by Nadler, probably. I think Nadler's doing the A covers on this book. For the script, cover artist. Oh no, cover A is by Jenna Chaw. Jenna Shaw is doing the A covers on The Sickness. Issue 1 was interesting. It's a fully black and white comic with it's a fairly cardstock cover to go with it, but $5 cover price, kind of steep for black and white. Here is the conclusion to Haunt You to the End from Image Top Cow. This is by Ryan Cady with art by one of the hardest working men in comics, Andrea Moody, who's done Bunny Mask and the Jason knockoff book for Aftershock. He's done like 7 Cullen Bunn books. But this is a horror action series that was from Image Top Cow that I was collecting this year that includes the series. Here is cover D. That's not it. Cover D is cover C by Kieran Grant, famously of the hotel main covers, John Lee's Hotel at AWA. This is Kieran Grant's C cover for Wesley Dodd's The Sandman, issue number 1, cardstock variant. Very cool cover. I was just going to get this for a cover buy and obviously give it a read, but then I saw various interviews with Robert Venditti and others who give it a good run, so I'm actually going to stick on the series as much as I dislike the main artist, Riley Rossmo. Here is Hunt for the Skinwalker, issue number 2, cover A by Martin Simmons of Department of Truth. It's from Boom Studios, and it's based on the Skinwalker Ranch historical book. They take various stories from within there and serialize them for comics. Skinwalker. Here's one I'm looking forward to. This is Army of Darkness Forever from Dynamite, and it's written by Tony Fleece of Stray Dogs, with art by Justin Greenwood, and this is cover A by Francesco Mattina. Very cool. So this series takes place directly following the director's cut ending of Army of Darkness, where Ash miscounts the number of sleeping drops as he bombs himself inside of the cave to sleep for 500 years to get back to the 90s, and he takes, I believe, too many drops and wakes up in, I guess, the 20-teens in a post-apocalyptic London. I slept too long! So, but this series is going to feature that Ash, the Ash that did make it back to S-Mart, and then one of the Ashes from either Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, and they're all going to be in slightly branching timelines and all meet up and team up with each other. So it seems like an interesting conceit and idea for a story. Here is Haunt You to the End. This is cover C. This is one of the Walking Dead 20th anniversary team up covers. Let's see who the cover artist on this one is. It's in the back. Once you to the end, cover C is on the right. Cover C. Susan features Gersh and Glenn are the characters from The Walking Dead. But there are no credits, so I cannot. Details inside. I see that. Where's that creative team? It's by Giuseppe Cafaro with John Starr on the colors. So yeah, this character is from Hunt You to the End, and this is Glenn, and I believe that is Carl's ghost. Interesting enough, since Carl survived the entire 192 issue run of The Walking Dead. It's interesting that he is a non-corporeal ghost. This story is about a bunch of ghosts chilling on an island as they go to find out. Not all to do. The series has all to do with like global warming, but then they want to go to this tropical island that's haunted with a haunted mansion on it. Do various research there. Here is American Psycho issue number 1. This is cover A. Not sure. Cover A is by Greg Staples. Earlier this month, I also ordered a bundle pack from Economics and Comics, and I got covers A through D, I believe, and D was a 1 in 10. I think I covers A through D, and then E or F was a 1 in 10 ratio variant, which was a business card of Patrick Bateman, and issues 2 and 3 have open order business card covers for Paul Allen, and another one of I believe I don't remember his name. Here's Creepshow cover D. This is from Raphael Albuquerque, and it's a Walking Dead team up variant featuring Negan and the Crypt Keeper. So yeah, I got the slick back hair who's in all the Jim Jarmusch movies. There's a Creepshow cover A from Batman guy. Guillaume March was doing the cover A's on Creepshow. Cover A, Volume 2, Issue number 2. There we go. Last part of this first bundle is Teen Titans, World's Finest Teen Titans, issue number 4, cover A by Chris Samney. This is 4 of 6 of this miniseries that takes place in the Batman Superman World's Finest timeline, which is basically you could call it a modernized look at the late Silver Age era versions of Superman, Batman and Robin, and Justice League, and everybody from DC. And is one of the best titles at DC, ongoing titles at DC at this time. There's a lot of different YouTubers and others would tell you I would read. So here we go. Move this one up. So yeah, when I ordered the Sickness for October, I think I ordered it in the September solicits, and I got a Mylar for cover B. So issue 2, cover B. If you're feeling sick, The Man May Be Following You. Cover B is by Tyler Boss of Four Kids Walk Into a Bank and What's the Furthest Place from Here fame. So I take it out of its Mylar and put it into new bag board that I picked up at LCS this week. And then this will eventually house one of Chris Claremont's run from, I believe I have 109 all the way to 281, I think is his last issue, 280. I do have 281, 282, 283. So that entire run, I mean, all the ones I have of it, I have about 85% of all issues. I'm missing like a smattering of the Burn issues and most of the Cockroach issues at the beginning. And obviously, I don't have a giant size X number one. I'm not made of money, but I probably should have got one back before comics are the way they are today. This is Amazing Spider-Man. It says issue 1, but looks like it's a reprinting of issue 5 of the current Zeb Wells run. This is the Trick or Read giveaway comic that you can get at some LCSs for free to give away as Halloween candy, I guess, in lieu of Halloween candy. But this is one of my favorite covers on John Romita Jr.'s current run on Amazing Spider-Man. And it looks like JR is coming back in November or early December to draw the Gang War story arc. He's been gone since the end of the Death of Miss Marvel story arc, or what do they call it, Dead Language story arc. Here is the Moon Knight #1 Trick or Read issue, and this is Party Monster. See if I can remember which issue this is. I believe this was issue maybe 27. There was an issue before this where they show Mark and Tigra going through their relationship growing pains, a whole issue about that. And then the following issue is about them, they've defeated all of the tutors. The tutors have been sending a bunch of assassins after everyone at the mission, and they've defeated them all, and they've taken the fight directly to the tutors' base, and they say, surrender or die, and they don't surrender. Ass kicking issue is a good issue. So if you had another one of these, I didn't really remember this. I didn't think I was getting this because I think there's a total of 5. I think there's a Miles Morales, and there's the Star Wars High Republic, which is coming in my next shipment. This is Captain Marvel #1. This is #1 from the Kelly D comic run from way back when, but Halloween Trick or Read issue, Captain Marvel #1. I remember I got the Halloween issues, I believe, in 2020 from Billy at Economics and Comics. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember when Billy opened his store. It might have been 2021. I ordered those directly from Billy. Here is Wolverine. This is issue 38. This is the variant edition, the 60th anniversary of the X-Men. This is by Michael Cho, and is an homage to Uncanny X-Men 210, the first issue of the Mutant Massacre. It's not an exact snipe of it, but it's an homage of the general gist. I believe Wolverine was about as big as Cyclops on the original cover, and as big as Colossus on the original cover, and maybe vice versa. So they kind of flipped the perspective around on this homage. Very cool. I've been collecting Wolverine since the Ghost Rider team up storyline, and I picked up Wolverine Volume 2, what would you call it? It's a deluxe hardcover, omnibus size, but just collects issues 14 through 25, as I've read issues 1 through 13 in trades from the library, but they would not get volume 3 or 4 or this for me when I special ordered, so I just used, I believe, a Christmas present. I got Amazon cards for my, not Christmas, but my birthday Amazon cards I used to order this and a couple other things book-wise. So, and then in November's pre-orders was solicited volume 4, which takes you through issue number 35, and then issue 36 was the beginning of issue 34 and 35, 36 for the beginning of Ghost Rider. So I'll be all caught up with Wolverine by say February. I think that's when the actual hardcover hits stores. But I've already pre-ordered my copy from Discount Comic Service. Here's The Hunger and the Dusk. This is issue number 3. So for the odd-numbered issues, which was 1 and now 3, I've been getting the cover A's, which are by series artist Chris Wildgoose. The series is drawn by G. Willow Wilson. It's written by G. Willow Wilson. Gwendolyn, when this series came out, it actually showed that the G stands for Gwendolyn, but Gwendolyn Willow Wilson with art by Chris Wildgoose, and Miss Sasic, I believe, is the colorist, I would presume. Yeah, colors, Ms. Sasic. So the odd-numbered issues, I'm going to be getting cover A's, and the even-numbered issues, I'm going to be getting the cover B's, which are by I can't remember. It's the guy who did Brian Azzarello's New 52 run of Wonder Woman. Cliff Chiang. Cliff Chiang is doing the even number covers. Here is Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2 number 5. This is cover C by Raza, featuring Ahsoka Tano. Make sure that's true. Raza, yeah, Raza. Not often you get a open order Raza, but I think they do have like a 1 in 100 of like a non-trade dress virgin incentive. I'm sure they have that too, or maybe he did a Raza story variant. Yeah. Here is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 35. This is by Zeb Wells, continuing his run with art by Patrick Gleason, returning to the book, and Marcial Manns on the colors. Cover A by John Romita Jr. This is the conclusion of the Spider's Hunt, I believe is what it's called. Or Spider-Man's first hunt, I think they're calling it. He gets stabbed with a spear and infected with Norman Osborn's some of his sins that had been removed by the Sin Eater. Somehow Kraven and Queen Goblin found some way to synthesize that and then stick Kraven's spear in it, and they were going to stake up Norman with his sins and resume the Goblin, and now Peter is a goblinized version of Peter Parker Spider-Man, so he's riding the Goblin glider and wearing the mask and and throwing pumpkin bombs. And then at the end of the previous issue, Norman had dug Kraven out of the grave because Peter had buried Kraven to do tit for tat for Kraven's last time, or Kraven buried Spider-Man, so Peter did the vice versa. So at the end of that, Norman's digging up Kraven, goes, "Come with me, we gotta fix your mess." But on top of that, I gotta say this is the best looking cover stock on an issue of Amazing Spider-Man, possibly of the entire run, because for being like the flagship title at Marvel, Spider-Man has had probably some of the worst cover and paper stock of Marvel's output, but now I see that just the new A covers are now $4.90. Marvel is no longer drawing the line at $3.99 because now all Marvel normal A covers will run you $4.99 for a 24-page story. All right, we got some DC here. We got Green Lantern: Dawn of DC from Jeremy Adams and Zermonica, who, according to January Solicits, is off the book by issue number 6. So it looks like just arc 1 will be by Zermonica, and he's not fast enough to keep up on the monthly chores. Has a backup story by Peter J. Tomasi and La Fuente. And this is also a $4.99 comic, but it is 40 pages from DC. So it gives you a full-length 24-page Jeremy Adams Hal story, and looks like Hal and I don't know if that's supposed to be Barry Allen Flash or if it's Wally. I assume if it's Hal, it must be Barry. And then the backup story, I believe, is Guy Gardner, but I'm not entirely sure. But that's by Peter J. Tomasi, if one chooses to read that. And here we have Superior Spider-Man Returns, issue number 1 from, this is a one-shot celebrating like the 10th anniversary, 10 years from the creation of Superior Spider-Man. So it's written by Dan Slott with art by Giuseppe Camuncoli, Humberto Ramos, Mark Bagley, Ryan Stegman, and J.P. Mayer. Those were Stegman, Mayer, Ramos, and Camuncoli handled the art tours on pretty much the entire 36 issue run of Superior Spider-Man and the Dying Wish lead-in in Amazing Spider-Man. What was it? 698 through 700, 798 through 800. I don't know when Superior Spider-Man started. I have both of the trades. I checked out from the library permanently, so eventually I will read the entire Superior Spider-Man story someday. But this was a 10th anniversary tie-in special, and then the following month, Dan Slott and Mark Bagley are launching a new ongoing Superior Spider-Man news series. And then there was a solicited Superior Spider-Man number 0, which had reprints, I believe, of the Dying Wish storyline and various other pieces that got canceled by Marvel. Here is cover B's? No, these are the B's were Dodo. These are cover A's by Javier Rodriguez. This is Bait on the cover here. As you see, he's just like a 12, 13-year-old child born without arms. And he works in conjunction with the White Masks. But he is on a mission in the foster home as a plant. And 3 per open order cover per issue. So yeah, I believe Something is Killing the Children finishes its second long form story arc of like a 15-part story that concludes in November, and then House of Slaughter Alabaster concludes arc 4. They do 5-issue arcs on House of Slaughter. That concludes in December as well. In December, there's something called Book of Slaughter, or it might be Book of Butcher. I don't know. It continues on from the Book of Slaughter $10 special from, I believe, the end of 2021 or 2022. And that's another $10 special with multiple covers. And those I'm not getting 2 or 3 copies. I'm only getting 1 copy of each cover. Ouch me. The rest of this box sat alone without being with a bunch of comics on top. Got some ouch me damage on the corner of my cover B, the Mandalorian Season 2 number 5, cover B. This is the concept art variant. just says concept art. I don't think there's an actual artist listed with it, but it's a shame it's damaged. But these are for particularly these all are for my PC because I just like the idea of concept art. Star Wars concept art. It's cool. I wish they did more of that on Star Wars books. Here's Earth Divers. This is issue number 11. Kicks off a new story called 1776. This is cover B by David Guion Fleece, who is the main artist. The series is by Stephen Graham Jones, who's been doing horror novels for 20 years. And this is his first foray into long-form comic storytelling at IDW, his original. And then also this month, I got this from Economics and Comics. This is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. This is a strong contender for my favorite book of October. It was as good as the cover advertises. It was pretty awesome. I'm not going to spoil anything about it. I just say that's my pick for anybody who's watching this video. If you want to try something new, check that one out. Here is Mad Cave. This is The Devil That Wears My Face. This is written by David Pepose with art by the great Alex Cormack and letters from Justin Birch. Cover A by Cormac. There's a 6-issue series coming out of Mad Cave. And what's a Mad Cave? Mad Cave is charging $5 for 24-page comic too. They're in the same boat with Marvel, I guess, but it's fairly decent stock. I would say it's close to boom stock, and I'm really looking forward to reading this because I love Alex's art, and Alex has quite a few series going on right now, and I believe still to come sometime towards the end of the year is going to be the Kickstarter for Sync Monsters, which would be, I believe it's going to do both issues 12 and 13 as one giant-sized issue. That's what they were talking about. I'm not sure that's how it's ever going to turn out. This is Batman and Robin, issue number 2 from Joshua Williamson and Simone DeMeo. This is cover B. Cover B by Francesco Mattina. The busiest cover artist in comics. We saw him earlier on Army Darkness, but this is Toy Croc with Damien. Cool. That was my pick for this issue, although I did get the double wraparound cover by DeMeo for issue 1. I went to cardstock for issue 2. Here is Quicksand from Jonathan Hedrick with art by Len Chinese. Issue number 3, the midpoint of Quicksand from Scout Comics. Scout Comics also charging $4.99 for a 24-page comic. I guess that's going to be the new normal as we close out 2023 and into 2024. Here is The Avengers, issue number 6. This is cover B. This is the Mark Brooks corner box variant. I believe 3, 4, 5, and 6 I've opted for the Mark Brooks cover box variant. Last time you saw me was over 3 months ago, so I was probably opening issue 2 in that video, or possibly even way back to opening number 1 last time you saw me. But yeah, it's Avengers, $4.99. 2023 going into 2024. Here is a comic that I am laying eyes on for the first time today. This is Something Epic, issue number 6. This is the Walking Dead 20th anniversary team-up variant. I believe it's by Simon Dransky, who did all the other homage covers for every issue of the series. This is basically just looks like one of the covers to one of the Walking Dead trade paperbacks. They all had this. They had the Walking Dead logo up here, a variety of zombies in the bottom third, and in the middle they would have that, and that was what all the trade paperbacks look like. Yep, it says Simon Kudranski, doing his best Charlie Ardlard imitation there. Very cool. I was when these were originally solicited for October. I originally had my order all filled out before I finalized it, and I had every single one of the Walking Dead variants. And my orders have been approaching $600 for September, October, November, and in December over $600. But luckily I've seen Marvel, DC, and Image's solicits for January. It looks like they're helping me cut back just by putting out less comics starting in January of 2024. So let's see how I do saving a little money. This is the Scorched issue number 22. This is the Kale New Virgin spot color, black and white with spot green color. Kale New has been doing amazing A covers on Invincible Iron Man at Marvel, and cardstock. Same 24 pages, but from Image and Todd McFarlane, $2.99. If I know Todd probably has a lot of millionaire disposable money that he can afford to put his books out at this price point. But come on, Marvel and DC. Here is X-Men Red, issue number 16. I think this ends the current story arc. No idea who this cover is by. It's not Jeff DeCall, so I'm guessing this is cover B by Nicoletti Baldari. Yeah, so this is Nicoletta Baldari doing issue cover B for number 16 of X-Men Red. Also $4.99 here in October of 2023. Going forth, this is still written by Al Ewing, and I believe the art is by I think it's Sinar. Don't quote me on that. Here's the last book from week 3, or that I ordered for week 3. This is Knights number 1 from Image Comics. I think this came out in week 2. And they didn't have it ready for me. This is also a $5 cover price at Image. This is by Wyatt Kennedy with art by Luigi Formasano, but let me just double check that. There should be 2 writers on this bad boy. Yeah, written by Wyatt Kennedy with art by Luigi Formasano and colors by Francesco Sigala. This had an interesting solicit about a world where vampires and zombies are just kind of normal passe in our world, and how it would be. She's a vampire there, and this looks like a kind of like a ghoul-looking guy, like the guy from Undertale. My daughter would know the guy from Undertale's name. I know Sans is the fat little skeleton dude from Undertale game. But the other guy, he has like a more he's a taller skeleton. He looks just like that, and he has more of a, what would you call it, a flip type of name? Not flip, but look at that. There's like probably half my bags and boards there just for that 1 week. But now this is 41. Because if I count my thingy here, 41. So we're at 45 minutes. This video is going to be hour plus, it looks like. So probably going to upload this video probably won't go up until Sunday or possibly Monday, depending on how my battery lasts here on this. I'm gonna go put these guys. I'll be off camera here for just a moment, and I'm losing all the boards as I sit up. Okay, I'm gonna go put these off camera so they don't slide away. So this box is so huge because there are multiple collected editions that I had special ordered probably as long ago as June, because usually a collected edition will be solicited 3 to 5 months before its actual release date. So what they do good at Discount Home Service is packing. But my second box of October, there's quite a bit of damage going on there. So I had to discuss that with them. So yeah, let's see how I did it. These are all the collected editions. We'll look at them last. Hope you didn't get spoiled there. Here's my floppy action for this would be week 2. Week 2, which would have been the 11th of October. So I liking how they're put them in these magazine bags with tape rather than shrink wrapping them. The shrink wrap makes it kind of hard to get to them, and then you might, since I have no bags and boards, they might end up being cut accidentally if I'm not careful. One of those tape I have to worry about. That's not in here. So this is part 1. Take that off. These guys to the bottom. Looks like I have a few MyLights. And they're MyLight 2s with pullbacks. Is what I paid for. The other thing is they tape them in such a way that I cannot save them for sorry about that. I cannot save them for reuse for my what would you call it? Magazine style collectibles. So week 2 was only 38 items, it says, and 3 of those were collected, so 35 items of floppy style in week 2. So let's go through these. Here is book 1, and it's MyLight, fullback. This is gonna house Uncanny X-Men from Claremont's run, as I said. Here is the pushed back September issue of Fish Flies, issue number 2, which I believe somewhere within the innards there were, let's see if I can guess, it was probably here, maybe around this part. The pages were all looking like that rather than being able to see what's going on. So Lemire saw that and said, recall. Some people were able to get recalled copies, and most people, at least people who were using DCBS, had their books held, and it re-released on the 11th of October. Here is Sandman Nightmare Country. This is issue 5, the penultimate issue. This is by James Tynion IV with excellent art by Lisandro Esteran, who is the main artist on Volume 1 of Nightmare Country. This is Volume 2, The Glass House. And this is cover A by Uriko Murakami, who has been the main cover artist on the entire 12 total issues here. And there was a special in there for Volume 2 as well. Here is from Massive Verse and Image from Ryan Parrott and Abel. This is Rogue Sun, issue number 16, cover A by Luana Vecchio. Luana Vecchio, interestingly enough, is the writer-artist of, what was that? Lovesick, that over-sexualized Red Room take that came out from Image last year, and my library did not choose to accept my request of to add it to the library system. So I'll be waiting to read that. So here we go. Here we have Invincible Iron Man. This is issue number 11. This is cover B by Adi Granov, who's homaging his own cover from Invincible Iron Man number 1. I believe it was the beginning of the Warren Ellis Extremis arc. My wife is calling me on the line here, so I will have to finish this up as quickly as I can. So yeah, this is cover B by Granov, homaging himself. And we have Swan Songs. This is issue 3. This is clearly the Walking Dead 20th anniversary team up variant. This is by I believe it's by Ardlar. No, this is by Martin Morazzo and Chris O'Halloran of Ice Cream Man. It says, "Where's Negan?" In parentheses, not in this book because it's Swan Songs, but instead of holding his barbed wire covered bat, he is holding a decapitated swan's head. Get it? Swan Songs? Funny, funny. This one I did see pre-order, so that was funny. Here is Wolverine. This is issue number 36. The second printing, cover A, I think it is. This is cover A. Yep, cover A in the second printing. This is Tyler Kirkham of Battle Damaged variant fame. This is Helverine taking center stage on the cover. Enter the Helverine. And this, I believe, is a $5 comic book. But they're not showing the price. They're hiding the price from you on your Wolverine second printing. Here is a second printing, probably one of the best second printings. And look, they had to use the terrible Marvel stock on this, just like they did on the original. The original had a all blue background behind Thanos, negative space. All of this beautiful galaxy type stuff was kind of like a matte blue, so it was okay looking enough. But this with this, they could have definitely charged a 1 in 25 second printing variant on this bad boy, since it's what do you call it? Negative space, and it's galaxyized, and it's virgin. But nope, this is just cover A, second printing. John Tyler Christopher Negative Space variant, Galaxy. Way cooler than the original Negative Space cover, but I got them both because it's cool, and I'm collecting this series because it's cool. And here we got a couple. Here we got Click Click Boom, issue number 5, the final issue by Doug Wagner and Doug Dabbs, the Dougs. It's been a great series. Looking forward to seeing the epically violent conclusion. So, and then we have The Madness, issue number 3 of 6 from J. Michael Straczynski and Akko on the art. This is cover C, Chris Ferguson, punk rock homage variant. This is obviously the cover to Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, was the original album here. I did not know. I think I figured out. I think issue 2 was the Cramps, and issue 1 was. Yeah, it's the cover to Ribbon Queen, the horror cover earlier this month. I couldn't figure out which horror movie it was. Here is the corrected Batman 608 Jim Lee Icons foil variant series. I thought the correction was on the foil or something, but I guess the correction was there was pages printed out of order inside, and I would not have paid the $6 for a second copy of something I already have, but now I have 2 copies of this nice Jim Lee foil, and I believe also in this box we'll be having another Jim Lee foil for another series. Here is Big Game, issue number 4. This is the cover B. I believe the cover B's, the first one at least, had some spot color on a black and white version of the color cover, and then this one just has the trade dress and issue number colorized and a black and white version of the A cover. No spot colors elsewhere. Here's some more Marvel action. Here's Spine-Tingling Spider-Man issue number 1. This is cover C by Rod Reis. I believe cover B was the one in 25. Then I believe that was by Lucio Perillo. Lucio Perillo. This is by Saladin Ahmed and Juan Ferreira, who did Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. He did the original Spine-Tingling Spider-Man digital only series that they put out in a giant one-shot back in September. Here is Incredible Hulk issue number 6. This is cover C by Andrew Lozano, Alexander Lozano, and I think it was my buddy, what's his name? I can't remember anything, guys. I mean, I've been off for 3 months, and all I do is watch comic book YouTube. I can't remember anything that's not put right in front of my face. There's a YouTuber, Evil Mike, Evil's Comics said, "Oh, I picked cover A for issue 5, and I had the choice of all the covers, and the other covers were just poo-poo. This cover is sick, Evil Mike. Look at it. Take a closer look, Evil Mike. Come on, that's poo-poo? Come on." This is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with fill-in art from Travel Foreman. But I believe as early as issue 6, we're going to have Nick Klein resuming art duties for a little while. Here is the Allocated Rare Flavors number 1, second printing. Covered by series artist Felipe Andrade. This is by Rom V with Felipe Andrade. They did Blue and Green. They did Graffity's Wall. And they did The Many Deaths of Leia Star. And now they're doing Rare Flavors. And I have also pre-ordered the, I think I FOC ordered the 3rd printing from Economics and Comics for Rare Flavors in the 3rd printing, because they rushed at the 3rd printing because they allocated the 2nd printing. But usually allocated means DCBS. Too bad, so sad. Here is the penultimate issue 5 of Good Deeds. This is pick for one of the best covers out of this big box. Cover is fucking awesome. Big crocodile munching down on a girl and a deer. This is by Vincenzo Balzano. Unfamiliar with their work outside of seeing this cover, but keep an eye out in the future because excellent work. This is presented by Scott Snyder. This is written by Che Grayson with art by Kelsey Ramsey, colored by Rhonda Pattinson. Here is the Crypt of Shadows from Marvel. This is probably a $6 book. No, it's only a $5 book. I'm surprised. This is cover B. I believe that is Azuceta. Yeah, cover B by Paul Azuceta, who was last on Punisher, doing the flashback arts, with Jesus Zayas doing present day art. And Jesus Zayas is the new main artist on Captain America, and he couldn't even make it one story arc. And I know Punisher had a big long break between 1 through 6 and 7 through 12, but Jesus Zayas did at least 2/3 of the entire run of Punisher he must have had that done and in the can before they ever put out issue 1, because literally issue 4 they're already filling in before the first story arc's even over on his work on Captain America with J. Michael Straczynski. And I guess issue 1 and now issue 2 are just Captain America talking to people. There's no real action yet in the series, so that's interesting. Here is Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. This is cover H. It's a foil variant by Raphael Albuquerque. Albuquerque of American Vampire fame from Scott Snyder. And it looks like Scott Snyder, I just saw on House of Stein last night on the Hot 10. It looks like Scott Snyder is going the Berserker route, but co-writing a book with Tom Hardy for, I'm not sure if it's Boom too, or if it's Boom, but it's Scott Snyder co-writing with Tom Hardy for a book that must be coming out in 2024, because they were giving out foil ash cans at New York City Comic Con. Here is Grimm. This is issue 14, the penultimate issue of Arc 3. This is this is variant. Cover B by Zu Orzo, who's doing the Reaper covers for Arc number 3. Arc number 1 was Jenny Frison. Arc number 2 was Justine Florentino. And now we have Zu Orzo taking over for Arc 3. Here is Moon Knight, number 28. This is Jed McKay's final story arc. 3 parts, 28, 29, and 30. Concludes this volume of... stay there, buddy. Concludes this volume of Moon Knight. Dog wants to get through the water. I got all the crap in front of it. There you go, Wawa. Look at it. This is cover B by Hyuk Lee. This is the last days of Moon Knight variant. There's like about pretty much 3/4 of the line at Marvel in October and part of November have these Moon Knight, Last Days of Moon Knight team-up covers. So it'll be Wolverine, but it'll just have a picture of Moon Knight and Bushwhacker by like Texiera. That's like the Wolverine version of the cover. It's like, but some of them do have like Ghost Rider has like Moon Knight jumping up behind him and whatnot. And but I'm getting like multiple covers of both 30 and the new. So this series ends at 30, and in January, they're retitling it to Vengeance of the Moon Knight with a new number 1. And I think I got 5 covers on issue 30 and 4 different variants on issue 1 of the Vengeance, just because there's that many cool looking covers. Here is my preferred variant for Godzilla versus Kong. This is cover C by hardest working cover artist, one of the hardest working cover artists, Francesco Mattina. A lot of people call him a tracer or a copier. Yeah, look at this. This is fucking sick. I love it. But I went to look at the variants for issue 2. Nothing even holds a candle with this or that foil cover, so I will check it out and trade. Alright, second half of this big box. Here is the A cover to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. A cover by Horvath. This will be good. Patrick Horvath. It's written, drawn, colored by Horvath with letters by Hassan Otsman and El Hao. Like I said, if you are looking for something new to read, especially around the horror time, Hallow time, and you find this on the shelf, I give it my highest recommendation. Here's an awesome embossed foil variant, issue 20 of Batman Superman, the World's Finest. That is Magog's helmet, Magog of Kingdom Come. This is, I believe it's the 4th proper story arc, The Return of Boy Thunder. trapped in the multiverse of Kingdom Come. Mark Waid, Dan Mora, who is the fastest and most reliable penciler. He is doing this. He is doing Shazam. He can do the Turtles Power Rangers miniseries while he's doing both Shazam and World's Finest. And his art is never like, oh man, he had a bad issue, because the way he draws is just definitely the most exciting, energetic. And before that, he was doing Power Rangers and Once and Future, while at the same time beginning his work at like the Dark Detective DC stuff, all at the same time. And his line work is always beyond reproach. He pencils and inks all his own work, and he picks top-notch colors. Tamara Bowen in here. He has Jordi Belair on other books. He's just amazing. Here is Swan Songs issue number 3, cover A, by Caitlin Yarsky, of last known on... hey, Charles, you want to be on the video? How about you come over there for a minute? Stay. Caitlin Yarsky, who was last on... that's my co-host for this video. That's Charlie. He's my son. He's a Applehead Chihuahua. We'll put him on the video here towards the end. This is cover A by Yarsky, and she was last drawing Black Hammer Returns, I think it was called. It was the second to last Black Hammer series. Here's a Scout comic, Bite-Sized Tales of Terror from John Clark. I did get the complete miniseries of Playthings, which is by John Clark. I believe does he write and draw this stuff? Well, he writes and draws this Bite-Sized Tales of Terror, but I think he has another co-writer on both Playthings and I think the other one was Black Friday. But Playthings, man, like the first 4 issues were excellent, or the first 3 issues, half of 4 were excellent, and then just talk about not finishing up an idea, or like abruptly finishing up an idea unsatisfyingly. But this is Bite-Sized Tales of Terror. Bought this based on this awesome skull cover for one, and that John Clark has never steered me wrong with his work at DC Comics. Here is the A cover to Batman Superman's World's Finest, issue number 20. The Dan Moore A cover. Kingdom Come will return to Kingdom Come. Excellent. Going to be looking forward to... that's the bottom of... Like I say, this is the top of the stack read. False, it's the bottom of the stack read. I read my comics and like... yeah, I'm going to read that. And read down to like... I'm waiting to read that because I know it's going to be excellent. Here is Dawn of DC Titans, issue number 4 from Tom Taylor and Nicola Scott. Issue 300, really cool. They bust in on the new religion that Aqualad has put the team. Hey, you're back in the video, Charles. Why don't you wait until the video's over? Just chill. Eat this. Just be a good boy. Stay. So they bust in on this religion that Aqualad has decided to quit the team for. And they find out that Brother Blood's in the basement with a bunch of blood slaves. And they defeat him, and they take care of all that. And then they go and they confront Aqualad and the main leader of this cult. And they're like, we didn't know Brother Blood was down there, and we would have never condoned that. So you guys can just go, and Aqualad is happy to be in this new religion with me. He's fine. And then after they leave, they show the leader of the cult going, well, they know too much, so we're going to have to take care of that. And they show him pull out this big pod people-looking, alien-looking thing that's like putting tentacles down Aqualad's throat. So obviously it's not entirely kosher. Here's Nightwing issue number 107 from Tom Taylor with art by Stephen Byrne. Who's Conrad? Conrad is doing the backup story. I believe that is half of Clunrad, so I will not be reading that backup story. So Nightwing is costing you $4.99 for probably an unreadable backup story, and the main issue is by Tom Taylor, who's been doing an excellent run on Nightwing. This arc will be drawn by Stephen Byrne, when he goes into find out what he left on this pirate ship when he was Rick Grayson. Bruno Redondo is doing the A covers, par excellent as usual on Nightwing. I believe he is at least doing a partial arc over with Joshua Williamson on the adjectiveless Superman title that began this year. He's taking over for another slow artist, Jamal Campbell. I was telling everybody, Jamal Campbell is going to be off of Superman after one arc because he can only do like one miniseries a year because he's that slow. And Bruno Redondo seems to be. I mean, he did Suicide Squad, and ended up being a 12-issue series. He did maybe 3/4 of it with fill-ins because he couldn't finish it. He's had several fill-in arcs on Nightwing because he's slow. Some artists are slow. The aforementioned next upcoming DC Jim Lee Icon Series foil variant. And whoever put their hands on it at Discount Comic Book Service had just had a snack because their fingerprints are all over the back of it. Thank you very much. That is why I wear the gloves, folks, when I'm bagging and boarding my books, if they're not already bagged and boarded. This is issue 7 of the ongoing As Is the List Superman series. This is by Joshua Williamson. This issue is drawn by Gleb Melnikov, and then looks like Dan Jurgens and Galman, Rapmund, and Sanchez. Also, this is like a jam issue. This is Legacy issue number 850 of Adjectiveless Superman. And this was originally the cover to Superman issue number I don't know, Action Comics. No, it was the Scott Snyder run on not Scott Snyder, Brian Azzarello. After Hush, Jim Lee went and joined Brian Azzarello for a 12-issue year on Superman, like he did the 12-issue year on Batman. I can't remember what issue it started at, but this was the original cover too. But I believe it might have been facing the other way, because I think what they did is they let me grab Batsy here. I can find it. So I think what they did here is they did it so they're facing off basically, and then in my next box, the third part of the triptych is Wonder Woman issue number 1, second printing, Jim Lee. That's a brand new piece of art featuring Wonder Woman that will slot in between these issues as a triptych. Foil goodness coming next box from Discount Comic Book Service on DC. Here is Bone Orchard Mythos Tenement issue number 5. This is the midpoint of it's the issue 5 of 10, so 6 would be the midpoint, I presume. Cover A by Andrea Sorrentino. This has been probably my favorite Bone Orchard series so far, because being 10 issues, it's more well fleshed out than either 10,000 Black Feathers. The Passageway was its own thing, so it was pretty well fleshed out. So it was its own graphic novel. And then I thought 10,000 Black Feathers was just okay. Here is issue 3 of Children of the Vault from Dennis Camp and Lucas Maresca, I believe that's his name. And this is cover A by Yannick Paquette. Yeah, Luca Maresca is the artist. Dennis Camp, who did amazing work on Bloodshot and Agent of World last year. One of my new favorite writers of 2022. Here is so Children of the Vault, since it's just Dennis Camp, who's not like a name, he's still only writes $3.99 comic at Marvel. Whereas Here's Ghost Rider. This is by Benjamin Piercy with art by Corey Smith and Peoples. Cover A by Bjorn Berens. I was getting variants on Ghost Rider, but it's like the variants, they haven't been showing them, and they've all been like Stormbreaker style variants, which usually are like Virgins, and they just say Stormbreakers on the back, and they have nothing to do with the series that they are on. So if I see a good looking Berens cover, like there's a cover that was all Ghost Rider holding chains, so that obviously I picked Berens. I picked Berens here because I was unaware of what the other 19 cover was, and I saw it on Cover Tunes or whatever it is, and it was better than this cover. If I had known that ahead of time, I probably would have actually ordered it. But this is also still a $3.99 comic at Marvel. Let's see if it jumps up to $4.99 in November. Here's Green Lantern War Journal, issue number 2. This is by Phil Kennedy Johnson with art by Montos. This is cover A by Taj Tenfold. Taj Tenfold. $3.99 book at DC for the Dawn of DC. This began as a backup in the regular Green Lantern series by Jeremy Adams, and jumped into its own story here. Here is the A cover to Invincible Iron Man number 11. This is by K.L. New, who's done all the A covers. Has been acquitting himself excellently as the cover artist here. And Invincible Iron Man is still a $3.99 book. We'll see how it goes forward. You think he's one of their more mainstream characters? You think he'd jump up? Here is Catwoman issue 58, the continuation of Batman Catwoman, the Gotham War. This is part 5, the penultimate issue, I believe. And then it concludes in the Batman Catwoman Scorched Earth special that I will be getting in my next box. So my next box is the last week of October and the first week of November, all in one box, because I didn't have that $20 in my account to ship this week, unfortunately. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of week 4 books, which is not usually the case, but this week it is. Cover A by David Nakayama. This is a video and a half. Yikes. Maybe I'll like cut it in half and make 2. Nah. Here is the final floppy. Here is Berserker Pen and Ink. Man, they went off on this. Berserker was not even a double-sized issue, but they really went off with liner notes and stuff. This is the Spot UV variant, which would be cover B, and I believe it's just Ron Garney. I will look. I will double check. Spot UV doesn't say who. Ron Garney. Yep, covers by Ron Garney. And all the other ones are store exclusive covers. So this is, I've been getting these. They had Something's Killing the Children first, and then Many Deaths of Layla Star followed that, and then this one I didn't get all 3 covers like I did for Something's Killing the Children and Layla Star. I just got only the Spot UV cover. So I'm wondering which. Surprised they went with Berserker for the 3rd part of the series, actually. Because Berserker was not exactly burning down the house sales-wise, and it's over. It finished its run at issue 12, like it was a 12-issue series. I have all 3 trades I checked out from the library, so I can actually go back and read the full storyline, which I'll look forward to at some point. I have read issues 1 through 8 via trade. And I have all of the foil covers of all 12 issues. Alright, to conclude the video, we have some collections. Safely wrapped up in these bags. Alright, this one, Something's Killing the Children, Volume 1. This is the Werther Dell'Edera original A cover, variant cover. To go with, over here I have, Volume 2 and Volume 3. My wife has a friend in Germany who big fan of Garth Ennis, mostly comics from like the 90s and 2000s. And he says he enjoys comics, so I have a bunch of X-Library books that I've already read or I have floppies of, like Witches by Scott Snyder, other things. And now I have all 3 volumes of Something's Calling Children. I'm going to send this all to, his name is Richard? His name's not Richard. My wife would know what his name is. He's annoying as fuck, I know that. Walter? No, it's not his name either. I can't remember anything, guys. I'm still telling you, I can't remember anything. So yeah, this is going to be a present for him if I ever mail it off book rate to Germany. And then we have, this is excellent, this is Richard Starks Parker, The Complete Collection by Darwin Cook. I checked out several of these trades from my local library system, but I think there was a total of 6 of them, and the library maybe had 3, and then, of course, they're long out of print by the time I found out they existed at all. This is a full collection of all of it. It's written and drawn exceptionally by the late, great Darwin Cook. If you're looking for something, if you like Sin City, if you like that new series by Zdarsky and Phillips, that I can't remember the title of, with the detective, they all ape off this. This is Richard Starks Parker, which was a series of potboiler pulp paperbacks that came out like they were like 200-page paperbacks that you grab like at the airport back in the 70s. And if you go to your half-price books and go to the mystery or action section, you'll probably find a shit ton of Parker one-off paperbacks. And this is the same Richard Stark created Parker, and I believe he also created Spencer of Spencer for Hire TV fame. I believe they even teamed up at one point, if I remember correctly. If I'm totally wrong, let me know in the comments. Now this is not in a repurposed, what would you call it? So this is brand new and it's shrink wrap. This is not in a repurposed magazine bag. This is Wasted Space, the complete saga from Vault Comics. So both these, if you order 4 months in advance from Discount Comic Book Service or half-price books, not half-price books, Discount Comic Book Service or the place Omar at Nearman Condition talks about all the time. And if you're in Europe, Walt's Comic Shop, you can get deep discounts if you order way in advance on your omnibus collected editions. So this is like an omnibus version of Wasted Space. This is every issue of Wasted Space at Vault. This is from Michael Morici with, I believe, Hayden Sherman. Oh yeah. So Hayden Sherman, hardest working man in comics right now, doing several series. My next comic box has Dark Spaces Dungeon by Scott Snyder and Hayden Sherman, which is their next miniseries in the Dark Spaces line, and he's doing that. And yeah, he drew this entire series. It was written by Michael Morici, who's doing excellent work on Barbaric. He did the plot with Tim Daniel and Joshua Hickson. So Morici, one of my favorite writers, Hayden Sherman, Dark Spaces, Wildfire, Dark Spaces Dungeon. He did Above Snakes. He did Thumbs. And then he did another 2 series at the same time as he was doing Dark Spaces at the time. I can't remember what they were, but I was collecting all 3 of them at the same time. So he's fast enough to do 3 full miniseries that are coming out continuously at the same time. He's fast. He continually changes his style from book to book. So this is looking very Ted McKeever inspired in my eye. But oh no way, it comes with a poster. I thought that was just page fell out. It's not new. And Robbie said this got the smell of the week on his channel back on the 11th, and it certainly does. I recommend it. I recommend you look on the place Omar shows. Can't remember it. It's called Cheap Graphic Novels. See if they can still if you can still get this at maybe a 30% discount. I got it at 45% discount, I believe. As with this, so these are both. This one's a $80 cover price. This one's a $70 cover price. I believe I paid at most $70 for both, and then like $9 or something's coming for them. So that's the end of this super long video. I've been gone for 3 months, so I decided to make a video that's 3 times as long as videos on my other channel. But I gotta get done here because my wife was calling me. She's out to New York for a family issue. So I'd like to talk to her hopefully before she gets on the plane, but probably too late. I'll say I was asleep if it comes to that. I don't edit this out of the video. So anyway, everybody have a great time. I'll see you in the next one. I hope it will be sooner than 3 months from now, but I don't know. We'll see how I'm changing hours at my job coming up, and I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm just I'm changing the way I collect my pay by 50% starting in less than 2 weeks, and it's kind of skeeving me out. So I hope it does work out for the best, so I continue to get nice shit like this for my nerdy self. All right, last but not least, let's take a look at what the library can do for you. This. It's about 90 collected edition trade paperbacks. On top of, I'm reading The Quiet Tenant by Clemence Michalin. Recommend this. It's a pot boiler. She's French, but she's got a blurb from James Patterson here, so that's all you really need to know. She's the French James Patterson. Her first novel. Does the lead child like it too? No, but all these other pot boiler detective authors like it. Anyway, so that's the kind of stuff. If you have a decent library system, you can save on older comics by just getting a card and checking out their online catalog. Everybody take care. Be good. Hopefully I'll see you sooner than later. Have a great day.